Hello viewers, welcome back to theNOVABUSfan. It was 100 years ago this month that the first public bus ran in Montreal. We're talking basically a modified tramway streetcar, open air and everything that would run on regular wheels down the street, on Bridge Street in fact, in the Point St. Charles area of Montreal. And that was the beginning of what we know today as the STM and other public transportation in the Montreal area. Of course, it has evolved much further than buses nowadays, with the metro, of course, in the 60s, and now even the REM that's coming in the next couple of years, the light metro system. And it just keeps evolving as it goes. But as a marker of this 100-year anniversary of bus public transportation here in Montreal, the STM decided to open their doors at the Legendre Garage, and you better bet I was there. So I hope you enjoy this. This is going to be this tour of the Legendre Garage with a few new buses, a couple of old ones too, and all the in-betweens and the inner workings of one of the STM's biggest garages. Hope you enjoy it. We were ferried to the garage by shuttle bus from Crémazie Metro Station, greeted by friendly STM staff and members of the board of directors as we arrived on site. The bus dropped us off at our first point of interest, the tire shop. The STM retreads around 6,000 tires annually. Each tire can be retreaded twice on average, depending on their overall condition. Seeing the before and after condition of some of these tires, as well as the equipment that refurbishes them, was fascinating. See for yourself. Beyond the tires, we move into the main garage area. Legendre is one of the STM's largest facilities, spanning over 2 large buildings on the property, with further expansion currently underway. With a fleet of over 2,000 vehicles and growing, space is always needed. Along our walking route through the parking area, we pass the maintenance bays. As was explained to us later on, maintenance at the garages is mostly preventative, with dedicated facilities available for heavy repairs. We'll see more of that later. At the end of the main building was the main display, where there were many cool things to see. First of these was the Réchaud bus, the NOVABUS classic turned mobile cafeteria, run by past and present bus drivers to help provide for Montreal's less fortunate. Then there was a small setup of several bus stop signs from past to present, as well as a couple of flip-dot Luminator destination boards. Despite the LED signs being more visible, I've always loved these. Moving on and, well, does a GM New Look really need any introduction? The FHTCQ operates several historic Montreal buses, including 14008, as well as 55001, this 1985 GM Classic. Continuing around the space, a few more STM vehicles were on display. Before we arrived at the star of the show. 40901 is the first of 30 New Flyer XE40 long-range electric buses coming to Montreal over the next year. For a city known to be one of NOVABUS's largest customers, in a province also dominated by the model, finally seeing a New Flyer bus in STM scheme is quite special. Some of the specifications of these units make them pretty similar to the company's more recent LFS HEVs, such as the mirrors and the seats. While they are entirely different models to the rest of the fleet, there need to be some similarities for the sake of parts sharing. My hope is that this order won't be a one-off, with the STM's vision of only buying electric buses as of 2025. If anything, this could be an open door for more New Flyer vehicles across Quebec. With one final view of the colorful Réchaud bus, we turn to exit the garage building. It's time to head across to building number 2. Welcome to the Legendre Heavier Maintenance Building. While in the main garage, regular preventative maintenance is performed, here's where heavier repairs are carried out. Look no further than this LFS Arctic, normal at first glance, until Removing the articulation reveals the actual joint between front and back, as well as a wiring loom hanging above. Very cool. Of course, there's more to see here, such as a few paint booths. One was occupied by another LFS Arctic, the trailer section masked off. As we continued to the center of the building, the STM had set up several little stations highlighting different parts of their operations, from their emergency service and transit police divisions to customer service and others. It was clear that the focus wasn't only on their installation and vehicles, but also their personnel that makes it all work. Tons of tires, buses past, present, and future, the parts, the people, and even more. The inner workings of a transit authority are impressive, and far beyond what's on the surface. After this visit, I have even more respect for what it takes to keep it all running, to keep Montrealers moving through thick and thin, snow or shine. I mean, they have been doing it for over 100 years, so they must know a thing or two.